Alright, this video I'm going to speak about the school's black belt leaderboard. As you should know, we don't have black belts in the school, we don't have belts in the school, but we have to have some type of motivation for the students. And one of the students suggested this. It's called a leaderboard. And you can find this on Amazon. You can click on the link below. I think this could help motivate different schools. And they have this in regular schools, elementary schools. It might even motivate people in the workplace. But the nice thing about it is that you just stick on the letters and it's very clean. It's a lot cleaner than writing it. It just looks messy, and you could just change whatever you want whenever you want, and you could just put, different whatever you want to put up there, and it's a good quality. It doesn't cost too much, and once again, I think it's a great motivational tool. But for the school, we don't have a belt ranking system, mainly because of all the problems that I see with that system. And also I also tried to implement some type of badge system in the past, and that didn't work either. So now what I'm implementing is kind of like a top student motivational leaderboard. So I do have a top student award every year, but that's just for one person for every year. But this will list all the people from the best student to the people that need the most work, and mainly they're assessed by their attendance, making sure that they come as often as they can. So the top person actually has been here for like about 4 years, and he comes like 5 times a week. He trains a lot. The second person is my father, Sigong. He comes 3 times a week, and so on and so forth. So attendance is really important, one of the most important, because how can you set an example for other students if you're not here? It doesn't matter how fit you are. It doesn't matter how how great you could spar, or how much intelligence that you have, or how great you are as a martial artist if you just simply aren't am not here. If you're just not here, you can't inspire others to achieve greatness. So attendance is one of the most important, and that's why some of the people have fallen down the list. Actually, Shen was last year's top student, but he fell all the way down to 10 for this year and the current state of the school. So he needs to come more often in order to build himself back up the ranks. Bang has been one of the ones who's been here for the longest, but he's all the way on number 11 because he just doesn't come often at all. Maybe once a month, twice a month, and he's just not putting in the effort to be here in order to motivate the other students to improve. So he's fallen down the list. So basically this is something where it could change at any time, which is something that I feel how it's more real. Like people that do boxing are not heavyweight champions forever. They lose their title over time. They have to keep proving themselves over and over again. Same like the Golden State Warriors. They have to win championship after championship to prove themselves. They don't just win it one time and that's it. And that's the same thing that I see the way black belts should be, where you just don't get it, achieve it, and then all of a sudden that's it. No, you need to constantly maintain and improve. And it's a never-ending process. My father, he's listed as number 2, and he's 68 years old now, and hopefully he keeps training and training, and then he stays on the top end of the list. And that's how it's supposed to be. So you're assessed by attendance. You're also assessed by your ability in the forms. You have to know the forms of the school. I have something called a Phoenix form that people have to learn. I got a Tiger form that people have to learn, a Panther form, Serpent form, a Cobra form. There's the Lion drum that we play, and there's various different weapons that we use. So you're assessed by that, You're assessed by sparring, how well you could spar. You're assessed by how easily you could break the boards, what level you're at. You're assessed by your age in comparison to what you're capable of doing. You're also assessed by your size, what you're capable of doing according to your size. You're assessed by what you're capable of doing according to your gender. You're assessed by, you know, meditation, your understanding of meditation, not just your understanding, but your practice of meditation. You're assessed by all different types of exercises that will demonstrate your strength, your flexibility, your speed. So essentially your goal is to get good at everything that we do. No matter it be push-ups, bench press, barbell squats, pull-ups, jump rope, sparring, breaking boards, hitting the heavy bag, doing drills, consistency, and coming to train. Also, being on time. Being on time to the training, not canceling often, and when you do cancel, you're responsible for letting me know. You're assessed by whether or not you're in uniform. These are all things that you're being assessed by. Whether or not you're leading by good example, how well you listen. I mean, it's just every single thing matters. It's not just about who could fight better. It's not just about who is the most fit. And sometimes it's not just about the people that show up. I mean, you have to show up, and you actually need to perform. You need to be able to train and work hard. But clearly, this board is not for people that don't show up. If you don't show up and you don't train, then I don't care how great you are at whatever you do. You're pretty much at that point non-existent within the school, and you're not providing inspiration for the people that are in the school. So this is our school's solution to the motivational problems within the martial arts, when people feel that you need to give them cookies or belts or whatever goodies to motivate them. This is a way to say, hey, motivate yourself to get on the board, and then to get higher on the board. And really, there should only be like one top student. There can't be a tie, just like there is when it comes to in the Olympics. There's no two first place. There's first, second, and third place. So even though two people might be really closely matched, and they're both really good students, there's still gonna be one that's gonna be above the other. No matter. Also, what's assessed is seniority. How long have you actually been in the school? If you've been working hard within the school for 10 years, that's a lot different than somebody who's just been coming into school and working hard for 1 year. So seniority is a big factor as well. Also wisdom. How much wisdom do you have to share? Life experiences. Basically, who is the most capable of leading the school if I need the help? So these are the different things that are being assessed by. And as far as motivation is concerned, look at the Guinness Book of World Records. People do amazing things, crazy things, and just things that you would never imagine people being capable of doing. So then they get to get their names in that Guinness Book of World Records. So they just want their names to be recognized. They want to be remembered. Okay, so it's not about gold medals. It's not about black belts. It's not about gold belts or platinum belts. It's just about people getting recognition for the hard work that they do. And when I was in junior high, I remember that they had this leaderboard that they listed the people that did the best physical feats ever within that school, and that was very motivational. It's I think somebody was able to do 300 push-ups or something like that, and just just crazy amounts of physical feats. And then you're looking at the board, you're like, man, I want to try to get up on there. And it's the same thing with the Olympics. You want it's not even about the gold medal. It's about, hey, I want to be the all-time great at whatever event it is. So Usain Bolt will always be remembered as Usain Bolt, the fastest man to ever live, by achieving the greatest record ever. So you want to be remembered by the hard work that you do. So you see it in the Olympics, you see it, you know, in sports, where people, they like to see, hey, I'm ranked #1 in the world, and that's what motivates a lot of people, that there is some type of statistic. Even for me, when I play World of War or like Call of Duty, I like to see how many zombies that I killed, compared to somebody else, and how many zombies that he killed. Like, they keep track of that, and that's great motivation to say, hey, I want to try to kill more zombies, I want to get better at it. So, like, when people look at this board, like, hey, I want to get on that board, and not only do I want to get on that board, I want to raise in rank within that board. I want to represent the school and be one of the best students in the school, and I think it's a great motivational tool for the people out there, and it's more real to life because it changes at any time. This person number 4, Bolo, has been here, over a year, and just working hard, coming very consistent, 3 times a week, all the time, and not a lot of people could do that. The people further down the list, they might be able to do certain things that Bolo can't do, but they just do not show up. And they might come once a month, once every 2 months, once every 3 months, and that's just, it's unacceptable. How could you be a top student within a school showing up once a month? It's like, if I need their help to help run a class, how could they help me if they're not there? So they definitely do not deserve to be considered a top student for not showing up. So attendance is extremely important within the school, in addition to all the other things that are important within the martial arts, such as speed, power, flexibility, meditation, sparring, just all the things that we're normally associating with the martial arts is important. But attendance is important. Being on time is important. Setting an example for others is important. Also, your ability to teach others, your ability to help others to get to better themselves, that's important too. That's being assessed as well. There's a lot of things that are being assessed, and things change over time. People are not constantly always good at what they do. Some people get better, some people get worse. And the thing is, if you are getting worse, then you don't deserve to be considered a top student, or you don't deserve to be considered a black belt or an advanced student, or whatever the case may be. So, this is our solution to the motivational problems within the martial arts, and, hopefully this can serve to motivate others and how they run their schools, and how they choose to motivate people. But I think this whole black belt thing within the martial arts, it clearly is ineffective. It's not working, because if it was, it wouldn't be as corrupted as it is. So there needs to be an alternative, and I think that this is an idea that we came up with that I think is a great way to motivate people. And it actually does work, because there's people that don't see themselves on the list, and they're like, how come my name's on the list? And then they're like, well, what do I have to do to get on the list? And they're like, and they even said, hey, I'm a competitive person. It'll make me want to come more, because I want to be on the list. So it is actually working for some people, so, and just think about it in your own life. What motivates you? A lot of times money motivates people, but what else motivates people? I think attention, recognition, it motivates people. When people out there recognize your hard work, it's motivation. And why am I motivated to make videos? Because people are watching my videos, and I'm able to make money off the videos. It's a great motivation for me. You know, YouTube is an amazing motivational tool. So we have to come up with motivational tools, especially if we are teachers, to motivate the students to achieve their potential. And this is one of the solutions, you know. So hopefully this video will motivate the students to work hard, and we'll see more people in here.